Hey guys, it's Jonathan, Wrestling Talking the Shop, and it is January 25th, and we're going to do Today in Wrestling History. On this day in 1978, Championship Wrestling from Florida presented the Super Bowl of Wrestling from the Orange Bowl in Miami, Florida. In the main event, WWF champion, Superstar Billy Graham, and NWA champion Harley Race went to a 1 1 hour draw in a 2 out of 3 falls match. Both titles were on the line. Of course, that's how they were going to do it. They ended up in a draw. And Super Bowl of Wrestling, they could never use that name nowadays. But it's fun to go back and read this stuff, what happened in history. On this day in 1997, WCW Sold Out took place in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. In the main event, Hollywood Hogan and the Giant fought to a no contest in a WCW championship match. The Steiner brothers defeated the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, to win the WCW Tag Team Champions. The decision was overturned later that night. On this day in 1999, on an episode of Monday Night Raw in Phoenix, Arizona, Owen, Hart, and Jeff Jarrett won the WWF Tag Team Championship from Ken Shamrock and the Big Boss Man. On the same night, China joined the corporation and turned on Triple H. On this day in 2000, on a WCW taped episode of Thunder in Las Vegas, Nevada, on the show, WCW Commissioner Kevin Nash stripped WCW Champion Sid Vicious of his belt and awarded it to himself. In the main event, Vicious defeated Nash and Ron Harris in a cage match to win the belt back. On this day in 2004, WWE Royal Rumble took place in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Chris Benoit entered the Rumble match at number 1 and went on to eliminate the Big Show to win the match. Also on the card, Triple H retained the World Heavyweight Championship match in a last standing man match against Shawn Michaels, and Brock Lesnar defending his title against Hardcore Holly. And that was, I think Brock had injured Hardcore Holly, and so they gave him a match. You know, and it sort of had a build. He had injured him a while back, like in the fall or whatnot. I actually think he broke his back. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure I think he broke his back. On this day in 2009, Randy Orton won the Royal Rumble match at the pay-per-view on the same night as the Joe Louis. On the same night at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan, Triple H was the last man eliminated in the 3 major title matches on the undercard. All 3 matches were retained. Jack Swagger retained the ECW champion against Matt Hardy. The World Heavyweight Championship was retained by John Cena, and JBL and Edge retained the John Cena retained his title against JBL, and then Edge retained his WWE Championship against Jeff Hardy in a no disqualification match. On this day in 2015, the Royal Rumble was held in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Roman Reigns winning the Rumble match by last eliminating Rusev, and the victory was saluted by his cousin The Rock. That's when they tried The Rock out because everybody was booing. Joined him in the ring afterwards, but fans in the arena were watching at home so badly the results the campaign canceled the WWE Network, which briefly picked up some steam. And on the undercard, Brock Lesnar retained the WWE Championship against Seth Rollins and John Cena in a triple threat match, which was considered one of the greatest matches in history of the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. On this day in 2015, the WWE Royal Rumble was held in... they held it a lot. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. On this day in 2015, Progress Chapter 17... Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger took place in London. At the event, the Faceless defeated Mark Andrews and Eddie Dennis for the Progress Tag Team Champions. On this day in 2020, WWE presented NXT Worlds Collide pay-per-view in Houston, Texas. The card was built around clashes between stars of NXT UK and NXT. And in the main event, Imperium Walter, Alexander Wolf, and Fabian, I can't pronounce that guy's name, defeated the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Kenny O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Roderick Strong. One title change took place. Jordan Deville won the NXT Cruiserweight Champion in a fatal 4-way match over Angel Garza. And then Travis Banks and Elijah Swerve Strickland. But on this day in 2020, the Royal Rumble took place in Houston, Texas. The card saw the debut of Edge. And let's see, on this day in 2021, an episode of Monday Night Raw, Randy Orton got revenge from Alexa Bliss by throwing a fireball in his face when he appeared during her match with Asuka and hit an RKO on her. Anyway, that's going to wrap up today in wrestling history, guys. Thanks for watching.